Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our morning conversation. And today we are going to have a political conversation about why Vladimir Putin, who is the president of Russia, never made it to the Brics summit in South Africa because his absence in Johannesburg was actually conspicuous because many people never expected that Vladimir Putin was not going to attend the BRICS summit in South Africa in any form, because many people thought that BRICS is a very strong group, and it's a group that everyone stands for the other. And therefore, many people were actually expected that Vladimir Putin was to attend the BRICS summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. But unfortunately, he did not attend. So that's actually what we are going to break down. And also, we are going to hear what other politicians from South Africa had to say about that. And more so, the EFF leader Julius Malema. But before we go deep into that, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like. Share the video to your friends. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to smash the bell button. Because once you hit that bell button, it means that you give YouTube an okay to always notify you whenever we upload any political content into YouTube. And also, I could urge you that whenever you share our videos to your friends, always tell them to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because this is the YouTube channel which we intend to grow it such that it can be one of the biggest YouTube channel which deals with politics. And that's why we actually request you to help us to attain that desire. Now, let us go back to the discussion of the day, why President Vladimir Putin was not able to attend the BRICS summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. And it is only one reason that made the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, not to attend, because there was a warrant of arrest which was actually issued by ICC, the International Criminal Court, because the International Criminal Court is actually accusing Vladimir Putin of crime against humanity, and more so in Ukraine. Remember, we have a war between Russia and Ukraine. And that war, it is said that it has actually caused an havoc because many people have lost life. And now the ICC, the International Criminal Court, is actually accusing Vladimir Putin against crime of humanity or crime against humanity. So there is that warrant of arrest. And South Africa, being a member of that community, it has the obligations that if you are a member of ICC and somebody steps on your soil who has been accused with crimes against humanity, then you must arrest that person and send that person to ICC. And I think that's why Vladimir Putin had not to attend the summit, because he was to put South Africa in a very awkward situation. And also the Western world are actually accusing South Africa of neglecting their role, their responsibility, which actually they are assigned. And that's why the South African president, Ramaphosa, actually requested Vladimir Putin not to attend in person. But Vladimir Putin was able to give his address through a video link. But if you listen to the economical freedom fighter leader, Julius Malema, he is actually accusing Ramaphosa of not standing with Vladimir Putin. Because from the side of Ramaphosa, from the side of Julius Malema is saying that Ramaphosa, who is the president of South Africa, could have said enough is enough. He could allow Vladimir Putin to come for that summit. He could protect Vladimir Putin in that summit until Vladimir Putin jets back home. And that's why Julius Malema actually accused President Ramaphosa of being a coward, because from the side of Julius Malema, he believes that that group should stand with each other and should defend each other in all causes. But there's one thing which could have happened if President Vladimir Putin was to come to South Africa and go back home without being arrested. I think South Africa could have actually been sanctioned by the Western world. And those sanctions are majorly economical. That means they can bring the economy, the young economy of South Africa down. And because you will find that South Africa is actually doing trade with United States of America, and it is a big trade. I think the so-called, is it AGOA, something of that. So that's why, from the wisdom of Ramaphosa, who is the president of South Africa, he saw that it is wise for him not to allow Vladimir Putin to come in person to attend that, so that no sanction will be put against South Africa. I don't know what's your take. But before we complete, I want you to listen to this clip of Julius Malema. Listen to this, please.
Comrades, we want to make sure that Brics is strengthened, and Brics is an alternative to Europe and America. We are with President Putin, and we want to say to President Putin, it is not us South Africans who refused you from coming into the country. It is Ramaphosa, the coward Ramaphosa, who could not guarantee that we will not arrest Putin. We are Putin, and Putin is us, and we will never support imperialism against President Putin. Comrades, America is threatening us with African Growth and Opportunity Act that if we don't arrest Putin, they are going to take away AGOA. They can take away AGOA and leave us with our sovereignty and leave us with our foreign policy. We must have the capacity to take a decision of our own. We call on the President of the People's Republic of China, India and Brazil not to come to Brics Summit in solidarity with President Putin. They must say, you touch one of us, you touch all of us. Comrades, we need to be loyal to the discipline of our organization. Comrades, we must refuse to be part of the Commonwealth. There is nothing common about the Commonwealth except that we're all colonized by Britain. As a revolutionary party that is going to take over South Africa next year, we are going to leave the Commonwealth. We will not be dictated by IMF, will not be dictated by the World Bank, will be dictated to by the people of South Africa.
It is our understanding that President Putin's withdrawal is a consequence of South Africa state's reluctance to be firm on international affairs and their inability to resist pressure from NATO to arrest President Putin. South Africa is at the current stage led by an individual who cannot take a firm position on any matter, even if his life depends on it. We therefore want to caution all nations represented here today, especially members of Brics, that South Africa is currently led by a spineless government that will never meaningfully take forward efforts to grow the strength of the global South and its allies. Any effort to fight against imperialism, the calls for de-dollarization and for an alliance that will place Brics nations on a stronger footing in the globe will always be undermined by a cowardly government in South Africa. Members of international community, we hope that countries such as China and India will, in solidarity with President Putin, not allow their presidents to attend the Brics Summit. Because what South Africa did to President Putin, it's a serious humiliation of a sitting president. And in solidarity and as Brics members, heads of states of those countries should also stay away from attending Brics, because South Africa's foreign policy and its sovereignty has been undermined by NATO forces and the USA.
After listening to that, what is your take on all that? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to come into this YouTube channel, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up, share the video to your friends, and request your friends, if they are lovers of politics, to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, I could also request you kindly always make sure to hit the notification bell so that you can allow YouTube to notify you whenever we come up with any political content. And with that, I say thank you, and may God bless you all abundantly. Goodbye.